Good morning, Maple Grove. Mr. Neville here with Good Morning Grizzlies. I'm sorry I missed you yesterday morning. As you might remember, the internet was down in our building, which meant I could not film and post Good Morning Grizzlies. So I'm sorry that I missed you. Hopefully you made a difference on that wonderful Monday. I know some fifth graders who made a difference yesterday. It was Colonial Days, which, if you don't know, they dressed up as if they were in colonial times, so around the 1700s when people first came to the U.S., and they did lots of activities that would have been done during colonial times. And of course, there was no internet during colonial times, so we think it might have had something to do with Mrs. LaGranny and Mrs. McCormick that the internet wasn't working. Not verified, no evidence, but could have been. So anyway, the fifth graders, they did some work yesterday because in colonial times there was lots of labor to do, lots of farm work, lots of making things, not the same conveniences that we have today. So you will notice out back on the playground they did some moving around of rocks for us to make it look a lot nicer. They started cleaning out the courtyard and that outdoor classroom space with some leaves that were still there from the fall. So great work, fifth graders, great work, Mrs. LaGranny, Mrs. McCormick. Thank you for making a difference on a Monday. So today is Tuesday's Transformation Tuesday, about goal setting, right? It's setting a goal and going after it. And so I found some steps to goal setting that might be helpful for you. So the idea is this. So you set the goal. First thing is you set the goal. Then you outline what will I need to do to reach the goal, and then what's the evidence that I've reached the goal. So, for example, maybe your goal is you want to be a better reader. So maybe you outline that, hey, I'm going to meet with my teacher in the reading group. During independent reading, I'm going to stay focused and build my reading stamina so I can read for 20 minutes at a time without stopping. And then I'm also going to commit to reading the 20 minutes at home, right? And then the evidence might be that I can read a higher level book, or I can read this book that I really want to read. Maybe it's Junie B. Jones, maybe it's Captain Underpants, whatever it is, the book that you want, and then the evidence is, wow, now you can read this book that was too hard for you, it's not because you practiced, right? So just an example there. A couple of quotes, too, to just get you thinking about how important goal setting is, right? And Condoleezza Rice, who used to work in our government, and she's a professor at Stanford now, she says, education is of no value and talent worthless unless you have an unwavering aim. So unless you have an unwavering goal. Never find yourself without a compass. And we know that a compass points us in the right direction. So a goal can serve as a compass for us to point us in the direction so that we can accomplish great things. Another quote I found says, I am capable of amazing things. So it's that simple, right? You know you're beautiful. You know you're capable of doing things. You just have to set the goal, take the action steps to do it. All right, now we're also talking about fueling rides this month, fueling rides with positive energy. And we're not talking about things are never bad, but we're talking about we start to notice positive things so that our brain becomes trained to notice more positive things, positive attracting positive, right? And so I found a couple of news stories that really fueled my ride this morning, and I wanted to share those with you because it's right in line with what we talked about with the energy bus. So this just came from yesterday, and there was a snowstorm in Rhode Island, and a 10-year-old boy, so a fourth or a fifth grader, him and his friends went to a local hospital, and while the nurses and the doctors were working, they cleaned the snow off of 80 different cars because the little boy who did it, he said, I was thinking that they, meaning the doctors and the nurses, have been helping us a lot through this whole pandemic. And I figured, why don't we help them? All day, every day, the nurses here, they deal with the pandemic like COVID, and they want to get home from work. So we thought we would make it a tiny bit easier for them by cleaning off their cars. So those of you that have parked your car outside in the snow, sometimes cleaning your car off, particularly late at night when it's cold, major bummer. What a great way to fuel somebody's ride. They came out, car clean, they could just drive home. So awesome work there. That really that made me smile this morning. And then those of you that are basketball fans, you know about Steph Curry from the Golden State Warriors. Well, him and his wife have a foundation, and during this pandemic, they've served up 15 million free meals for people. 15 million free meals. A lot of people, a lot of meals that were helped that maybe are struggling right now due to the things going on. So 2 good news stories to brighten your day, fuel your ride. We will end with a couple of jokes. First thing is, what do you think of the new restaurant on the moon? The food was good, but there really wasn't much atmosphere. Mrs. LeGrand will appreciate that science joke. And then, why did the dinosaur cross the road? Because the chicken wasn't born yet. All right, friends, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. 3 days left, and then you get a day off on Friday. Your teachers will be here working hard. Have a great day. Go.